Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again from the OREI team with an overview of the HDS-404VW HDMI Matrix and Video Wall Controller. This single product is really two products in one. It's a 4x4 HDMI Matrix, which allows you to very easily connect 4 different HDMI media devices to 4 high-resolution monitors at the same time, while providing complete control over which of those media streams is being displayed on each one of the monitors at any given time by simply tapping a button on the front of the unit, using the infrared remote control, or through a direct RS-232 connection to a local computer. But it's also a video wall controller, which allows you to select one of those HDMI media streams for display across all 4 monitors at the same time, creating a gigantic video wall. The product fully supports 4K media content and is both HDMI 1.4b as well as HDCP 1.4 compliant, which means it's plug and play compatible with all of your modern media equipment. It even includes an infrared remote control so you can make your selections from quite a distance away from the product. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the kit, and then I'll take a closer look at the unit and I'll explain the connections and indicators so you understand how to use it. I'll list the features and functions the product provides, and then I'll come back and do a demonstration to show you just how simple this product will be to use with your own equipment. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first pop open the box, you'll find the unit. You'll also find a single 24-volt 1 amp DC power supply. You can simply plug this into any standard wall outlet. The other end has a barrel connection on it with a locking collar that plugs into the back of the unit, and you can finger tighten the collar, and this will provide all the power you'll need for operation. You'll find an infrared remote control you can use to make your selections, an RS-232 connection block, and a bracketing kit you can use to mount the unit up off the ground and out of the way. Finally, there's a full instruction manual also included that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and a lot of other really good information about the product that you'll need to understand in order to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the unit, I'll list the features and functions, and then I'll do that demonstration. The product features a full metal enclosure which makes it incredibly durable and a great choice for both residential and commercial installations. On either side of the cabinet, as well as on the bottom, you'll find ventilation slots that are designed to let any heat that develops during operation escape and keep the electronics inside at a very comfortable temperature. On the bottom of the unit, you'll find mounting holes that can be used with the included bracketing kit that allow you to mount this unit up off the ground and out of the way. On the front of the product, starting on the left, you'll find an infrared receiver window, and that's where the signals from the remote controller picked up. So when you set this up in your media center or a commercial environment, make sure that window is visible if you're using the remote control. To the right of that is a power indicator. When you add power to the module, it starts an internal power on self-test where it checks the electronics. Once it passes that test, it'll light this LED letting you know it's ready to use. To the right of that are 4 segments labeled Out 1, Out 2, Out 3, and Out 4, and each one of these segments has 4 LEDs indicating which of the inputs is currently being sent to the monitor connected to that output. And there's also a button you can use to choose that input. So every time you tap the button, it'll move to the next input. And the same for Output 2, Output 3, and Output 4. Now, one nice thing about the matrix function is you can actually send the same input to all 4 outputs at the same time, or you can mix and match depending on your needs. To the right of that is a port labeled Service. That's a USB-C port that's used for upgrading firmware later on if needed. And to do that upgrade, you'll connect this to your computer with a cable, move the firmware file over to the module to complete that upgrade. On the rear of the units where you'll make all your connections, starting on the left, you'll find 4 full-sized HDMI ports that are input ports labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. These connect to the 4 media devices you'd like to share the content from with your output monitors. Always use a high-quality cable for that connection. To the right of that are 4 more full-sized HDMI ports for output labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4, and these connect to the 4 monitors you'd like to use to enjoy the content from those media devices. To the right of that is an RS-232 connection block. You can actually control the functions of this unit by connecting it to a local computer through that RS-232 connection. And finally, to the right of that is a DC input port, and that's used with the included power supply. You can simply plug that power supply into any standard wall outlet. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it, which plugs in right there, and you can finger tighten that collar so it doesn't pop back out. That's pretty much it for the unit. The OREI HDS-404VW is compatible with a wide range of modern HDMI media devices, including media players like Apple TV, laptops, streaming devices, game consoles, and computer systems. The product's features include full support of 4K media content. It offers a 4x4 video matrix functionality. It's both HDMI 1.4b as well as HDCP 1.4 compliant. It also provides a video wall controller function and includes an infrared remote to make your selections easy. Now I'll show you just how easy it'll be to use this product with your own equipment. And for this demonstration, over here I've set up 4 small media players, and each of them are displaying a different image just to make it easy to tell them apart. This is the media content I'd like to display in my output monitors. Over here, I've set up 4 displays in a 2x2 configuration, and this is where I'd like to enjoy the content from those media devices. In front of me, I have the HDS-404VW. Now the first set of connections I'll make are from the media players directly to the unit, and I've already connected up 4 high-speed HDMI cables up to the players, and I'll plug those into input number 1, input number 2, input 3, and finally input number 4. Now we're all set to connect up the output monitors, and if you're going to use this product in video controller mode, it's important you organize your monitors correctly and label the cables coming from those monitors to the player to make sure the display is organized correctly. Now you have a choice of 9 different display modes you can use. I'm using a 2x2, and I've already connected high-speed cables up to the monitors, and I've labeled those. And that's fully explained in the manual, so make sure you check that before you connect up your monitors. And I'll plug these into output number 1, 2, 3, and finally 4. And it's really important you use high quality cables for all these connections to make sure you get the best possible picture on these output monitors. And now we're all set for power. I've already plugged in the power supply. The other end of the cable has a barrel connection on it with a locking collar, and I'll plug that into the DC input port. Now, the minute I add power to the unit, it's going to start that internal power on self-test where it's checking the resolution of my input devices and the resolution of the monitors to make whatever adjustments are needed to give you the best possible picture on those output displays. All right, that could take a second or two, and then it'll come up in matrix mode, and you'll see the 4 inputs displayed on all 4 of the monitors, and there'll be different inputs. There you go. So those are the 4 input devices that are being displayed individually: input 1 and output 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, and 4 to 4. Now I can change that because it's a matrix. I can take the same input and display it on all 4, or I can mix and match as needed. You can use the remote to do that, or you can use the buttons on the front of the unit, or even the RS-232 connection if you choose to do that. Let's change output number 2 to input number 1. See how it changed? So you have complete control again over which of the media streams is being displayed on which one of the output monitors at any given time, again by tapping a button or using the remote or through a direct RS-232 connection. Now if you'd like to use this in video controller mode where it takes one of the inputs and displays it across all 4 monitors, you can simply hit the button that matches up with your configuration. Right now it's a 2x2, so let me tap that button. It'll take a second to readjust the resolution, and then you'll see the input displayed across all 4 monitors to give you a gigantic video wall. And again, it takes a second to make that adjustment for resolution, and there you go. There's your output. So it's really a nice product because you're getting 2 products in one. You've got the HDMI Matrix, 4 inputs, 4 outputs, which allows you to change which of the inputs is sent to which of the outputs, and you have a video wall controller that'll let you choose one of the inputs to display across all 4 monitors at the same time to create this gigantic video wall. And it really is just that easy to get it working. I hope you found this overview of the OREI HDS-404VW helpful. This product combines the functions of a 4x4 HDMI matrix and a video wall controller into a single unit. And as a matrix, it allows you to connect 4 different HDMI media devices to 4 high-resolution monitors at the same time, while providing complete control over which of those media streams is being displayed on each one of the monitors at any given time by simply tapping a button on the front, using the remote control, or through direct connection to a local computer. And it's also a video wall controller that allows you to select one of those input streams for display across all 4 monitors at the same time, creating a gigantic video wall. The unit includes an infrared remote control to make your selections easy, and is both HDMI 1.4b as well as HDCP 1.4 compliant, which means it's pretty much plug and play with all of your modern media equipment. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections you can be up and running in no time. So until next time, thanks again for watching.